Welcome everyone in another CRYENGINE tutorial video. I am Fury22 and today it's part number 3 and I believe this is gonna be the last part of it. I mean, I'm gonna make it last, so this is 3 final part of the in-game menu system. Obviously, as always, check this website, the design GUIs, community tutorials. You got all of my tutorials here, and there will be much more. And there will be more, not only UI system, there will be also C++ and other stuff. So keep in touch. And okay, let's do this. As you remember my previous videos, and if you don't remember, it means you haven't watched it. And if you haven't watched it, then go and do this. Really, it's like I'm really going really quick now, so with all these tutorials, so I hope you can keep up with me. So as you remember in the last videos, we already created function that we press escape button, we open our in-game menu, and then on the second time when we press it, we close it, right? So so what we want to do now, we want to fill up these labels first of all. So when you open the inventory completely, in the inventory, fuck hell, and if you open the in-game menu, you want to fill up these buttons. You don't want them to say, text field every time. So we want to just grab them, be in-game menu, call function, and the function name was set button label. We need to parse arguments, so we're gonna go arguments, SUI arguments. I already did this in one of my previous tutorials, so in probably RPG inventory system. So if you don't know what SUI arguments are, then go and watch I explain a little bit more about this. So string, what we need is string. So we want button to be called resume. We want arguments, add argument, string as well. Second button was called mine menu, and arguments, add arguments, string, and the last one was called exit. Okay, that's it. That should do. And now I'm gonna try to build a solution, see what happens. I'm gonna reload this solution because we've changed the CMake lists file, so it's gonna call on us and say you have to reload this solution, everything, because whatever. Yeah, it calls the reload solution now. Initializing once again. It happens every time when you change something, in the CMake lists, because this is the main builder for the solution. So we're gonna run the game now, as we did before. We're gonna have also our previous assets that we've created, some time ago. We're gonna take a little while, don't worry. I don't know how long this part is going to take. Hopefully not more than 15 minutes, but it really depends. It should show the mine menu now. Oh, come on. Yeah, we got our mine menu. That's awesome, isn't it? So we start the game. Gonna load the example map. from the Crytek as always. We're gonna press escape. You see, we got our menu over here. Awesome, isn't it? It's unbelievable. It's I mean, it's I think I did good job doing changing alpha. See, I press again and it disappears. So we got events, but they don't have any functionality yet. So it seems to work. Obviously, my player is rotating and moving around, so we're gonna disable that later. But the thing is that yeah, it looks fine. You can add options if you want, but options is something slightly more complicated. Changing the resolution and stuff. I mean, it's not that complicated, but if I give you everything on my videos, then how can you learn from that if you just copy and paste this, right? So it's very easy to change resolution from C++. I might show it in the future videos if you want to, but okay, we got this. These have been obviously filled up, so everything seems to be alright. Now we're going to actually add the actually I can show you something, because this is a very cool thing I came up with some time ago, and there is something like when we open this in this menu, we can go with G environment, P game framework, and call pause game, and true, right? So it's not only disabling movement of the player like I did with the inventory system with the action filter. This is actually pausing the whole game, so the enemies won't attack you or nothing happens. So if you want to go to toilet when you play game, you can pause the game by that. And if we go back to the game, we're gonna go false here. See what it does. See if it actually works or not. Start the game as always. Okay. Pause the game. You see nothing happens in the game world. When I press it again, I can move it back here. So I'm gonna check if this actually works by jumping off the cliff over here, of the edge, and pressing. You see, it stopped the game. It's just frozen, completely frozen. So that's nice. So now we're gonna get to the events over here, which are quite important. So we're gonna start from exiting the game. So I press exit, but it's not gonna be that easy. First of all, what you need to do, you need to unload the map. So if you exit like this, it's gonna just crash simply. What you need to do, you have to go to actually G environment, P console, and execute string, and string name is unload, and that's it. The thing is now that it's not the end. It's not the end because okay, that was sorry, it was false, true. You can unload the map by this, but it's not gonna completely, you know, exit the whole game. If you put exit here, it's gonna crash because the unloading process is not gonna be finished. And this is slightly more complicated. We have to go to game plugin. There is something called eSystem event game post initialize. We want to find where this one is defined in iSystem and check something that we need. We need level unload right? But we want, after unloading, we want to switch off the game. So if level post unload, so you're gonna do the same case like you did here, like they did here over here, right? So we're gonna go case system event, yeah, post unload, then open it, and we got okay, break. And what happens is, now when we unload the map, it's gonna exit, right, if you put it here. But obviously we don't want this. You might want to change map, so it's also gonna unload the map. So we have to do one more switch. And to do this, there is various ways you can do this, but this is tutorial, so I can do something stupid. You can go in here in the game plugin.h, and in the game plugin on the bottom, you're gonna create a public variable. This is gonna be static variable, so it never changes, and you can access it without objects. So we're gonna create shutdown. Okay, shutdown, and this is gonna be boolean value. Shutdown. Yeah, fine. Obviously, if it's static variable, then it means that you have to declare it, also define it, I mean, here. So it's gonna be boolean c game plugin and shutdown false. And okay, is it working? Okay, good. Now what we want to do now is, okay, when you if the shutdown is true, then exit. If it's not true, then whatever, don't do anything. And so now, after executing this string, or before actually, we want to grab the game plugin. Oh wait, we have to add it here. Include plugin, game plugin. So now we access this variable from cgame plugin, cgame plugin, and it's going, because it's static objects, you don't it's static variable, you don't need object for this, and it's gonna be always the same. So I mean, not always the same until you change it, but obviously this is gonna be just one variable for all objects from this class. So it was called shutdown true, right? So you shut it down, that's it, the game ends here. Let's see if it works now. I'm gonna run the game, and it's completely different story inside of the main menu, because in the main menu you can exit this without worrying about this shutdown variable or whatever, because the map is not loaded, so you can exit it without any errors. So yeah, that's slightly better. So if I press exit here now, with only exit it's gonna work, but okay, this is for later. Now we're gonna try to exit our game. As you can see, there is no crash and it works properly. If you put it here, the exit, like I did, exit, this is the C++ method for exiting. This is gonna crash, trust me, this is gonna crash, because this process is not gonna be finished, and this event is called when the process is finished, and then we can exit it. So cool. Now we have this, we can actually work with the main menu, why not? So main menu, right? So if you press main menu, we want also to unload the map like before, because we don't need this map in the main menu, right? But the difference is that the shutdown stuff, it doesn't really matter now. So else, and we want to put here something like we want this main menu to actually show up, right? Like we did here. We want to show up once again. We can create separate function for this, but we're gonna just go in and copy this and paste. This whole thing here shows menu on the screen. This is from my main menu tutorial, all of this. So to access it, you can just see how I build it. I'm gonna be explaining this once again. It's simply showing the main menu on the screen. That's it. That's all you need to know. See what it does. I thought it's gonna be shorter tutorial than main menu, but as I can see, so this one works. Now we can see main menu, and it throws us back to the main menu. Cool. Okay, it's gonna be 20 minutes at least. Okay, it works. Now the last thing is resume to the game. So if you press this button, blah blah blah. We won't do if you press the escape button once again, this is gonna hide everything, and it's all good. The thing is that would be nice to have the same story if you also press resume button. And if you want to do this is very simple actually. I'm gonna put it aside. You're not gonna see this. I'm just gonna use it for this. So if you resume game, we want to hide the menu, the in-game menu, of course, and unpause the game because it's paused already, and remove the listener like before. So pretty much all we need here is UI action manager, p manager environment flash, and if p manager is true, then UI action, we want to hide this, right, when we press resume. So get UI action, and this action was called in-game menu, in-game menu hide, and sorry, not like this, there should be one. If hide is found, then p manager start action, we're gonna start obviously hide action as always, and with this. Okay, now we're gonna grab our in-game menu. In order to do this, you don't need to make IUI element and all this shit. You don't need this. You just need sender. You just need to grab this, because something has to call this event, and this event knows what is it being called by. Sender, remove listener. Okay, this is gonna be okay, this is for later. Listener, because I'm not sure if you can remove it from here. G environment, p game framework, pause game, and false, true. Cool. You're gonna see if it works. With the removing listener, I'm not sure if you can actually remove listener from the listener itself. Seems you should be able to actually, because you're just referencing to this object. But start game. Okay, it's all moving around, and we press escape, and we press resume. See, it works here. Press here and resume. Thing about it is that you also need to change actually this variable that you have in here. It was called in-game menu opened. Would be good if you also obviously change it, because if you don't, it's gonna be, you have to press the escape twice, you know, it's just bullshit. If you want to do this, then what you can do, we can create maybe the same thing like in game plugin. We can actually do this. So we're gonna go to game plugin. You remember shutdown variable? You're gonna go static bool in game menu opened, and we're gonna. I'm not doing this. This is not something that professional programmer would do. I created my own systems for my game. So yeah. But this is tutorial, so this is just hint I am giving to you. But you have to use your brain to work with it a little bit better. So instead of using in player input, instead of using this variable, we're gonna actually go with C game plugin in game menu opened. If it's open, then close it. So pretty much all we're gonna do, we're gonna grab here, put it like this, and that's pretty much it. So now we can access it from here as well. In game menu opened, false, and that should do. That should be end. I mean, okay, it's gonna be like 25 minutes at least, but I don't wanna split it to the 4 parts, because I have different plans for the Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and the whole next week, which I'm gonna announce in the end of this video. So let's start game and resume. That's it. So now it works properly, right? Good. Okay, so the thing is that I will gonna try to remove this listener, see what happens. It might crash. I've never tried that before. Remove even listener and this. Okay, this might crash the engine. I mean, because I'm not professional programmer, I'm saying this, but I don't really know why I'm saying this. Okay, so resume now. So it does not crash actually. It does not crash. Okay, so we can now go to main menu and exit game. But with this exit game in my previous videos, I did not finish this. I just wanted you to figure out how to do this, and I'm gonna show you now. With the main menu, exit game, you just go exit, because map is not loaded. If map was loaded, then this would crash. And what else do we want to do? We want also to, oh no, actually I did already pausing game. So once again, I'm gonna try it out. All of these asshole buttons, and if they do work properly, then there is nothing else to do. Start game. Okay, walking around, escape, walk around, resume game. Okay, it works. So now we go to main menu and we go exit. As you can see, everything works just fine. So thank you for watching, and there is my announcement. Next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and probably even Saturday and Sunday, there is no English version of tutorials on YouTube. So I mean, on the time uploading this video, this is gonna be Sunday, so tomorrow, like tomorrow, which is Monday, 26th Monday, there will be and that week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, blah blah blah, there will be absolutely no tutorials on my channel, no new tutorials on my channel, because as you know, I also record Polish versions for all of them. So, and I'm really way ahead with the English language, so I want to stop recording English for a while and focus on the Polish versions of all of them. So I'm gonna just make all Polish versions during that week and upload them. So there will be like, like, I don't know, over 10 like 20 maybe videos to make. So there's gonna be a lot of job next week. So this is the last tutorial at the moment. After this week, I'm going to start maybe new series or something, but still watch my videos, subscribe me, and give me some suggestions. So that's gonna be it. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.